everyone, it's Jackie from Pretty Paper Crafts. This afternoon we are going to be making napkin cards. First of all, I need to thank everybody that left feedback after my first tutorial. I was absolutely amazed at just how many people left feedback, and it was so nice. So here's the second one, napkin cards. Now, finished product I will show you again afterwards. Materials, first of all we need double-sided paper, page, tape if you need to do tape, but it needs to be double-sided, a blank card, mats and layers, and another piece of card that you're going to be putting a napkin on. Materials. The first thing that you actually need to do is to put your double-sided tape on a piece of blank card. Now it needs to be white, preferably, because then the white will show up on your napkin. You also need your napkin. Now I've left this like this because it can be quite challenging to get the back layers off. This is 3-ply napkin. Most of them are 3-ply, but there are occasions where they're 2-ply. But I normally find if you just go like this with your finger backwards and forwards on the corner, you get to peel them off maybe one at a time, maybe two, like this. But that can be challenging. So you just peel it off like that. Now the reason I wanted to do this one with you is because I will just show you. Most people are frightened by the thought of putting a napkin on double-sided tape. I find this is the best way. Hover over there with a slight bend in it, let it fall, put your fingers up through the middle, then that way, then across to the corners. And this is the thing that you do need, which is most helpful. Just an old store card or points card. And then how I start is I go from here to the outsides, all the way around. So I go there, cross to the corner, cross to that corner, back to this one, cross to the corner, cross to that corner, and back where you started. Now you can go up and do all the edges, because these little edges around, dots and things around the edges, actually iron out. They fold out with your card. I think there's a proper tool to do this, but this works for me. You're actually left with no creases, no folds, nothing. Perfect. So that's that stage, which leaves you with just your blank card stuck on there, which I've just done anyway, but I didn't realise I was going to be folding that with you. Now that brings you to, you now need to emboss this. I've done this, but you need to emboss it. So here's your embossing folder. You put it in through your machine and it comes out like this. Now this is just matte. It hasn't been trimmed because it's best to emboss it first and then trim it afterwards. So that's what it's like afterwards. Now you've got two here. You've got this one that I have embossed using both of them using a transparent ink pad and clear embossing powder, and then using a heat gun. This one was put through an embossing folder first and then heat embossed, and this one was just put through without heat embossed. So that's what you've got there, which then leaves you with this. Now your mats and layers, the reason I put one on the back is because the cards, they can be quite heavy without it. So I put the same colour mirror card or paper or whatever I've used there on the inside, and a white piece of card for you to write on. And then on the front I've matte and layered it. That's all personal preference, how you want that. And I've trimmed the card down, getting rid of all the excess. So that's it, quite easy. Let me show you some that I've previously done. Now, this one was done using holograph glitter. Not a fan of it, but I just wanted to show you what it can be like if you use the glitter. Christmas time, maybe, but it's quite nice and it's quite a classy card. Very heavy, but classy. This is a smaller one that I've done. It's not a slimline. I can make an envelope to fit. It's not quite 5x7 neither, but it'd be nice for a get well card or similar. Now these two, this one I used at Christmas, but there's nothing to say they've got to be Christmas just because they're red. This one I've not heat embossed. I've just used an embossing folder, but I haven't heat embossed it. Now this one is the same style but different, and I've heat embossed this one. Again, autumn would be nice. It doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. So there you are. That's today's lesson. Hope everything's okay. If not, leave me a message. And in the meantime, I'm working on a Facebook group where you can actually leave pictures of your makes. Thanks then. Bye-bye.